towards the end of my tenure as a teacher, I was so putting my foot down. I was like, this meeting can be 15 minutes. It does not need to be an hour. We all default to an hour because there's something in our brain that says all these meetings need to
Yeah.
be an hour. And I was like, I'm challenging all of us to get every single thing done in 15 minutes. Now, sometimes it would go to 20,
Yeah.
25, but hey, that's better than an hour
Not
of
an
just
hour.
sitting there
Yes.
yapping.
Yeah.
So that is wow, that's just interesting. And I think, poor communication is a huge part of that. So very, very interesting. Okay, let's go on to a another question I have for you. So one of my important questions for you was follow up
Mhm.
because a lot of entrepreneurs do feel, "Oh my gosh, I'm bugging this person.
Mhm.
I've already asked 3 times." But yet we also know statistics about how many touch points you need to actually get a sale.
Mhm.
But it can just feel very icky or
Mhm.
awkward or whatever. And so I love that one of the main things you just talked about is that, you if you come at it with the right communication, the right tactics, it doesn't have to feel that way. So can you share a few tips for the person who's like, okay, I'm on my fourth time of maybe trying to reach out to this person and it's
Yeah.
feeling weird. Amy, what do I do?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Follow up is one of the major things that we discuss and train on due to what you said. So I just want to throw back to everyone that's listening here. If you are on a newer journey with all of this, I would like you to know that the people I work with that have been in sales for 20 years still have issues with this. This is a human construct. This is not something, oh, well, I just need to get over this. It is part of who we are as humans on a psychological level to where we don't want to bother. We don't want to be a nuisance. We don't want to be annoying. That's a great thing to have that trigger to say, oh, I don't want to be that annoying person in the room. What we need to do is shift that mindset to say, I have a business product or service that I am selling, and who I am contacting needs that. They're going to get it from somewhere. So whether it's you or somewhere else, they're getting it. They are expecting people to reach out to them for that service or product, or they're going to come looking for it, one of the two, because they can't function. That's the beauty of mutual success within business. So, thinking, first of all, mindset shift on that. Secondly, throwing back to stats, people say no 4 times before they say yes. It's an automatic. No does not mean a blanketed no. No means maybe they ghosted you on an email, or maybe they said, which is huge right now. Well, can you just hit me in Q1 instead of Q4? The holidays are coming up, whatever that is. Um, that is a soft no to throw you into that follow up, right? So those are kind of the stats. So throwing out there, okay, we need at least 5 follow up touch points. There's 2 different scenarios here. If you've met with them already, then the goal there is to keep that momentum moving. So making sure that you're setting up the next time to talk to them when you did talk to them before. If they're like, yeah, Q1 is great. Can you send me something there? Yes, I absolutely can. How does the second week of February look for you for me to touch base with you? Then you have a set. We don't want to open that to say, yeah, I'll just check in with you, in the 3 months of Q1. We want to make sure that we're guiding that conversation always. So that looks a little bit different. Now, if this is completely cold outreach, and you're like, gosh, after the third or fourth time, I don't even know what to say, then we can move them out a little bit. Maybe it's a monthly. And then what we want to do is not ask necessarily for time to pitch or to talk about what we can offer, but then really flip the script and bring the value in. So, for example, if I'm reaching out to someone and I have not heard from them, they haven't responded back, I'm going to flip it into, so I am contacting you today because I noticed on your website you had X amount of something. Here is what I find interesting of what I just read in an article lately. Thought you may be interested. Highlight paragraph 3 for you. Hope you have a great weekend. Right?
Nice.
That's it. We're going to move back from pitching and from selling. We are in a service mode when we are in sales. So we don't need to always be, here I am, here, buy now, here's my product. It's really what we can see that hopefully is value to them. Right? So that's kind of the shift on that. This follow up is such a big animal. But the last thing I'll say is this: when you do reach out, there is a cadence. Always have a cadence. Statistically, what it shows is that if you reach out in a shorter time in the beginning, so let's say 3 touch points in a day and a half, hold with me, I know that sounds a lot.